The New Orleans Pelicans were 23-12 before the new year of 2023, and at one point were the #1 seed in the Western Conference, but now we're currently the 7th seed about a month and a half into the new year. So what happened to this team? Well, since earlier in the season, January 2nd, when Zion Williamson had gotten hurt versus 76ers, the Pelicans are now 6-15 in his absence, and 5 of the 6 wins are versus the Rockets, Pistons, Wizards, Lakers, and Hawks. All of them being in the play-in or out of the playoffs completely as I'm recording this. And for their win versus the Wizards, Beal wasn't even playing for them. And their only other win outside of the 5 teams I had named was the Sacramento Kings. They didn't even have De'Aaron Fox, who's arguably their best player. Maybe Sabonis has that title as of now, but Fox is definitely, rivaling him up there. So in conclusion, these wins have been far from impressive, and there have only been 6 of them in 21 games. So after everything I just laid out, I think it's a pretty distinct version of the Pelicans with and without Zion. So I think we can put the, shine on Zion missing games. That is the source of the Pelicans' problems. Zion has missed 28 games this season already and counting, and recent news from Shams, Pelicans All-Star Zion Williamson sidelined since January 2nd with a hamstring strain, re-aggravated the injury, and is expected to miss additional weeks after the All-Star break. So Zion has already missed 28 games of the season, and now he re-aggravated it, gonna miss more games to All-Star break and weeks after All-Star break. This is going to get ugly. It might even get to close to 40 games missed for Zion. It's going to be close to the playoffs by the time he comes back, which is going to be tough for the Pelicans to grind through. And with how bad the Pelicans have been since his injury, it's hard to see them getting any better with the team dropping into the play-in after they were just the 1st seed, and the Western Conference got 10 times better since the trade deadline, with Phoenix Suns getting Kevin Durant, Lakers upgrading their entire roster, the Clippers upgrading their entire roster. It's just going to be rough for the Pelicans, especially when they didn't make close to any trades. They got Josh Richardson for Devontae Graham and some picks. That's not moving the needle at all for this Pelicans team. And when the whole roster or the whole conference is getting better and the roster staying the same, and your All-Star for the Pelicans is gone for more weeks than he's already been, it's going to get ugly for this team. Zion, of course, an All-NBA talent when he's healthy, has already been an All-Star in his career, but he's played 114 games in his career out of 318 possible games he could have played. His health is starting to get real concerning, especially when you put in the fact that he's only played an insane 36% of possible games played for the Pelicans. When I was doing this video, I literally had to recalculate and relook at the numbers to see if I got something wrong because of how unrealistic that number feels with him playing 36% of the games he could have played for this team. Now, of course, I'm not saying the Pelicans need to trade Zion or anything, but his ability to stay on the court consistently is very concerning for a team that drafted this man #1 overall. And it's starting to raise a question how the Pelicans should go about his health. They should probably go with the Kawhi route where he just plays super safe, just load manages, maybe not play multiple back-to-backs or anything. Just play it super safe, and because at this point his body just cannot keep up with his, insanely athletic play style. Zion has already been an All-Star in his career, like I said before, averaging 26 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. On great efficiency, 60% from the field. No question he's an unbelievable talent. Everybody knows that at this point of his career. But with the recent news, it just begs the question, how much can the Pelicans really rely on their all-star superstar player to actually play when they need him the most? Pelicans need to make some decisions real soon before things start to get even uglier. And yeah, Pelicans just need to make some changes. Load manage Zion, maybe get him a new trainer or something, get him a new workout. Something needs to change for the Pelicans and Zion, because as of right now, they were having a great season. Pelicans #1 seed in the West at one point. They were rolling. They were young. They were scoring, defending. Zion was the centerpiece and all of that. And now he's gone for an extended amount of time. And we don't even know when he's coming back for sure. And it's a hamstring injury. Those are one of the worst injuries for, these athletic players, bigs at least, and, they just nag on the players. So this can, unfortunately, this can be a pretty serious injury that can linger into the playoffs. Hopefully not, but it's not looking very good for Zion, especially when he re-aggravated the injury when he was getting close to returning. But some other NBA news, Danny Green is signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers, get a nice shooter for that team. Terrence Ross is signing with the already stacked Phoenix Suns, giving them a nice experienced scorer, played pretty well with the Orlando Magic. Reggie Jackson's going to the Denver Nuggets, which can be pretty interesting, but also basically makes the Nuggets-Clippers trade, where it was Bones Highland and the picks, basically just switched their point guards, Reggie Jackson and the 2 second-round picks for Bones Highland. It's basically what happened. I don't know why they didn't just put him in the trade if he was just going to get bought out and signed by the Denver Nuggets. But I don't know, maybe Denver Nuggets weren't looking for him at the time, but just kind of weird right there. But the Spurs bought out Stanley Johnson, who played very solidly for them actually. Shot a pretty decent amount from three-point land. And one really interesting situation that happened, the whole Warriors-Blazers situation, I don't even know what's going on there. Golden State is complaining to the league that Portland lied or was getting fishy about how GP2's health or availability was. So that's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure they're filing a complaint to the league or whatever. So I'm not even sure if that trade is going down anymore, where it was Gary Payton to the Warriors. I think it was the Portland that got 5 second-round picks, and then the Pistons got James Wiseman. I don't think that trade right now it's in jeopardy to not even get accepted anymore due to this whole thing with the Warriors and Pistons. Right now, or not the Pistons, the Blazers. Right now, the Pistons, though, they're probably freaking out because they just got James Wiseman, who they probably really wanted. He's really young, and they got him for cheap. Now the whole thing is going to be in jeopardy just because the Blazers did something weird with Gary Payton II's availability. Some of the new pickups for NBA teams from the trade deadline recently debuted in their new uniforms and everything. Really impressed me, especially the guys on the new Lakers team, like Vanderbilt, D'Lo, and all of them. Played really nicely without LeBron James beating the Golden State Warriors. Now, to be fair, the Warriors didn't even have Steph Curry. So, I mean, I know they both didn't have their best players, but the Warriors are not the Warriors. The Lakers still, impressed me with their players, especially Vanderbilt, as I said. Was probably one of my favorite pickups of the whole trade deadline. Now, Kyrie has also debuted probably a few days ago already, but is in his first 3 games with the Mavericks. We already see how it is meshing a little bit. Played very nicely, really. The first 2 games without Luka, I think they had the highest first quarter offense in the whole league. They were scoring 40 points in the first quarter, both first 2 games with Kyrie. And now Luka comes back. They did lose. Obviously, I'm not saying Luka's the problem or anything. That would be dumb. But Luka and Kyrie still played pretty decently together and lost to a good Sacramento Kings team. So this team looking real nice, very scoring heavy as we predicted. But we'll see how that defense progresses through the season. But the Brooklyn Nets new guys, Mikal Bridges specifically played real nice in their debuts in a thriller versus the 76ers, where Dinwiddie was 0.1 second away from hitting the craziest shot of the year. It was a half-court buzzer beater to tie the game versus the 76ers to end regulation. Just barely got it off when the game clock expired. It would have been so fire if he made that in his second debut with the Nets, but unfortunately it was late. Josh Hart played good in his Knicks debut too, doing his thing defensively, not playing too bad offensively as well, finding his touch a little bit at times. Obviously not going to be 30 points per game type of guy, but did his thing. Nice pickup for the Knicks, kind of what they needed exactly. Anyways, this kind of update video for the NBA. I want to do more of these because, they're pretty simple to make. Just keep everyone kept up, I guess you can say. And, just bring up small things, what I think on some things going on in the NBA, like the Zion Williamson injury. It's just kind of getting I don't want to say annoying, but it's kind of getting something needs to change over there in New Orleans, because this is kind of getting ridiculous how much time he's missed. Like I said earlier, missing only have played 36% or so amount of games that he could have played in his career. That is just insane. Something got to change over there, whether it be new trainer, coach, something has to change if they want to make a good long run in the playoffs, because I don't even know if Zion could withstand a long run in the playoffs, because you know those games are grinded out games, can go to OT, series can go to game 7, just grinded out type of series, and if they want to make a long run, it's going to be a lot of those. So Zion got to be, you know, I know Zion lost a lot of weight. Zion, it looks like, has done his part to stay healthy, but I think it's just kind of like something, I don't know. I don't think Zion should play back-to-backs or anything like that, like Kawhi Leonard or anything, like John Wall. He needs to probably just chill for the year, do what LeBron does as well. Chill for the year. Your team is good enough where you don't have to put 40 a night to win games. Just chill, make the playoffs, and just go hard in the playoffs. Win a championship. I hope the Pelicans can do something like that real soon. I hope the Pelicans can find something out to do with Zion. Something like that with the, like, you know, rest him up a little bit throughout the season. And anyway, enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. As I'm recording this, the Super Bowl starts in about 30 minutes, so we're about to go watch that. And hope you all liked the video. If you did, hit the like button down below, subscribe button, notification bell, so you can be notified as soon as I upload. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.